Alright, so once again, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, salutations unto the open elect. This is Yatazakir. Alright, this video will be based upon the teachings of Yahweh Shai teachings, alright, to put Jesus here. So, um, the world ignorantly call our Master, our Lord, Jesus, but his true name is Yahweh Shai, which means deliverer. Alright, this Jesus worded as Greek. The Messiah is a Hebrew Israelite, right? So I'll speak in such a way that that's for the listeners to understand, right? So Jesus' teachings and Roman law. So I asked Gemini, okay, when Jesus was telling his disciples to turn the other cheek, right? I say Jesus, but as I said, his true name is Yahweh Shai, but others, just for the ones who don't understand. When Jesus was telling his disciples to turn the other cheek, if you that is my misspelling. If you get slapped on one cheek, turn the other cheek. What Roman laws was he trying to teach the people about to defend himself against? Right. So I basically asked what laws the Messiah was basically teaching them. When he say turn, if you get slapped on one cheek, turn the other cheek. What was that really about? Was it telling us to just be a punching bag, a meat shield? No. Okay. Continuing on here, it said Jesus likely referenced laws regarding insult and social status, specifically targeting the legal boundaries of lex talionis, okay, eye for an eye, and Roman corporal punishment. Status defiance. Under Roman and Jewish custom, a backhanded slap on the right cheek was a specific insult from a superior to an inferior. Turning the other cheek forced the aggressor to use their palm, treating the victim as an equal rather than a subordinate. See, they have something here to touch. Yeah. Right? Legal limitation. By refusing to retaliate or flee, the victim highlighted the aggressor's breach of decorum without violating laws against violent rebellion, effectively shaming the oppressor through non-violent persistence. Right, so the Axma here, would you like to explore the legal context of the other example Yahushua gave, such as suing for a tunic and others? But yes, right? When Yahushua delivered the Sermon on the Mount, he wasn't just giving nice moral advice. He was providing a tactical manual for navigating a high-pressure legal environment under Roman occupation. So back then, they will have laws and regulations and whatnot. Okay? To understand the turn the other cheek instruction, we have to look at the Roman laws of honor and the legalities of debt, challenging the backhand honor and shame. In that culture, a slap on the right cheek, the specific detail in Matthew 5 and 39, almost certainly implied a backhanded strike from a right-handed person. The law. A backhand was a legal way for a superior, a Roman official, or a wealthy master to discipline an inferior. It was intended to humiliate, not to injure. Thus, what the hell? The strategy, by turning the left cheek, the victim makes it impossible for the aggressor to backhand them again. To hit the left cheek, the aggressor would have to use a closed fist or an open palm gestures used only between equals. The result, you aren't hitting back, which would get you arrested or killed, but you are non-violently demanding to be treated as a human being rather than property. The law of the tunic, civil litigation. Yahushua also mentions, if anyone wants to sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. The law, under both Jewish and Roman influenced law, a creditor could sue for a debtor's inner garment, the tunic. However, the Torah, Exodus 22, verse 26 to 27, strictly forbid keeping a person's oath cloak overnight because it was the only protection against the cold. The strategy, by handing over the cloak to, the debtor would essentially be standing naked in a public court. The result, in that society, the shame of nakedness fell on the viewer, not the naked person. By obeying the law to an absurd degree, the debtor publicly shamed the degreed creditor for stripping a poor man bare. So, alright, Yahushua wasn't teaching us to be simps. Yahushua was teaching us to fight back, alright, with their own laws, by their own standards, by shaming them. Alright? He didn't tell you go and get beat up. No. He teach us how to, do things in such a way that, you won't basically get in trouble, but you'll put them to shame. Okay? The 1 mile law and Angeria, right? Yahushua, third example. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him. 2 refers to a very specific Roman law called Angeria. The law, a Roman soldier had the legal right to compel a civilian to carry his heavy pack, about 60 to 100 pounds, for exactly 1 Roman mile. However, Roman military law was strict. If a soldier forced a civilian to carry it further than a mile, the soldier could be severely disciplined or punished for abusing his power. The strategy, by walking the 2nd mile voluntarily, the civilian flips the power dynamic. The result, the soldier who started as the oppressor suddenly becomes terrified that he will be reported for breaking military regulations. The civilian is now the one in control of the situation. Alright. Summary table of legal defiance. Actions, Roman social context. The legal glitched result. Turn the cheek, backhand, inferior status. Force the aggressor to treat you as an equal. Give the cloak, debt collection laws. Shames the creditor for the debt's nakedness. Alright. Go the 2nd mile. Angeria, forced labor law. Puts the soldier at risk of military discipline. In short, Yahushua was teaching a form of third way resistance. Don't submit, which loses your dignity, and don't use violence, which gets you crushed by Rome. Instead, use the aggressor's own laws to highlight their injustice. Would you? Alright, so basically that is the day. So, I just said let me go into it because a lot of people think you get slapped, bow, turn your neck cheek because I love you. No. The Messiah was teaching us. He was teaching us to fight back. He was teaching us to stand on our feet. Alright? Teaching us to be men. Okay? He was not teaching us to be violent, but to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? And that is what we had to use in these times. We have to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because out here, the game is a different ball game out here. Now you have all kind of artificial intelligence and all kind of thing. Now things different. Yeah, they use wisdom. So I hope that this video was edifying. Alright, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Shalom.